So between the ages of 25 and 30, a man's testosterone levels naturally begin to decline. But in this video, I'm going to show you how this 35-year-old was able to take some simple steps to naturally increase my testosterone levels pretty dramatically. So this video is brought to you by Let's Get Checked. Let's Get Checked is seriously one of the easiest ways to test your testosterone levels. They send you this little box that has everything you need in it. Simply take a blood sample, mail it in, and get your results a few short days later. I'll put the link below in the description if you're interested, and you can use the code SimpleMan20 to save you 20% off your order. So if you remember, not so long ago, I did an experiment where I ate 1 dozen eggs a day to see what it would do to my body. And at the end of that experiment, I checked my testosterone levels to see what they were. And they were 645, which is right in the range where a man my age would want to be. Naturally, though, I wanted to see if I could up that number a little bit. So I did some research and came up with some steps. And one of the first steps that I started doing was implementing body weight squats. Doing exercise like squats, which incorporates large muscle groups of the body, is a good way to naturally boost testosterone. I started doing them a few times a week, but then moved to doing them every day. I do anywhere from 100 to 300. Not only do I do squats, I do other exercises, but squats were the one exercise that I really started to focus on, and I really added a lot more to my repertoire. The next thing that I started to do was I started to eat more red meat. Now before this, I was eating almost no red meat. But once I started doing this, I started to eat 2 to 4 steaks every week. See, red meat contains zinc, and zinc is a natural testosterone booster. So when you eat zinc, your testosterone levels naturally begin to rise. Not only did I eat red meat, I also ate other foods that were helpful, things like potatoes and walnuts. So zinc isn't the only vitamin that can raise testosterone. Vitamin D can also raise testosterone. And to get vitamin D, all you gotta do is go outside. When you're in the sun, your body naturally produces vitamin D. So while I was outside making vitamin D, I was also spending that time walking. Now I try to get about 15,000 steps in every day. Walking is one of my favorite exercises. It keeps your cortisol levels low, which are your stress hormone levels, and that also helps with your testosterone. It helps you to lose some weight. I've lost about 15 pounds in the last 3 months, and when you lose weight, that helps your testosterone also raise. So speaking of cortisol levels, I also help to further improve those by getting more sleep. Now before this, I was sleeping about 6 hours a day. I'm now sleeping about 7 to 8 hours a day, and I can tell a big difference in the way that I feel. So here's what you're waiting for. How much did my testosterone levels improve? It started out at 645, but is now an 820, an increase of 27%. On my final testosterone test, I took a more comprehensive one, so I was able to see a little more information about my final results. And besides my overall testosterone level being an 820, which is really high for my age, my free testosterone level was a 46, which is really good, and my SHBG was slightly high at 64.9. But since my overall testosterone level was so high and my free testosterone levels were good, no worries there. But in a future video, I might see if I can bring that down just a little bit. Overall though, for doing some simple steps, I was able to get some pretty good results on raising my testosterone levels, so I'm pretty pleased. Anyway, that's all I have for you in this one. I'll see you in the next one.